Hi everyone, welcome to the Ask Bess video column here every Saturday and Sunday at noon Eastern Time, where you can ask any questions, business, health, wealth, life, love. Today the topic is funny New Year's resolutions, so I hope to share some humor with you today. I wonder where it's like where you are. Here in Kansas it's kind of rainy, not snowy, but it's kind of rainy and overcast and kind of a very cozy day today. Wonder what it's like where you are and where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, please type in replay because I want to thank you for watching. And okay, so before we get into the funny New Year's resolutions and talk about making New Year's resolutions and how to make them, why don't they work? You know, so it's a joke, you know, all the funny things that we do or that we say that we want to do and for New Year's resolutions, and then how many actually work out. Very, very few. But I'm going to talk a little bit about how to make that work, how to turn that around and make sure that you get more success this year in 2020 than you have in past years. First of all, I ought to invite people here to come on. And so inviting Jeff, Shamala, David, Brandy, Nancy, Jim, Jerry. And just to let you know a little bit about this show, it is a place where you can ask questions either here on the show, or you can private Facebook message me a question and I will respond to that here on the show. And it can be anonymous too. So you can ask any questions about health, wealth, love, network marketing, or job, career, family, communication, relationships, even spiritual fulfillment, health, weight loss, any of that. So weight loss is a big one for the New Year's resolutions, isn't it? Because so many people in this country are overweight. It's said that over 50% are overweight. And so that's a common New Year's resolution. And I spoke on past lives about why people overeat and how they can lose weight easily. I have a hack for that. So my past I'll speak a little bit about that on this show too, in case you missed the past shows. So, help people keep New Year's resolutions. And who am I to talk about this? Welcome, Shamala. Good to see you. I am Bess McCarty, holistic health practitioner, body-mind therapist, also called the shrink of MLM. And I help people break through blocks. That's a favorite thing in the world for me to do. And it really works. I've been doing this for 30 years. I think that I'm good at it. And I love seeing people break through to areas that they haven't been able to before and live their lives as they know they should, to have that freedom, to have that joy of life. That is my favorite thing in the world, to help people to get to that point and break through their blocks, whether it's fears or limiting negative beliefs. So welcome, Shamala. How are you today? How's everything? Almost Happy New Year to everybody. Got an itch in my eye there. So helping people break through blocks. That's essentially what I do for the last 30 years. So can you imagine how terrifically rewarding that is? That's why I am hooked on that. And that's my calling. That's what I do. That's what people say. Well, this is evidently your calling. Obviously, it's your calling. So, following my mojo. what I'm sent here to do. What I'm meant to be here to do. So, if there are a number of people that are on my text reminder list for the show, and if you'd like to be, so that you don't miss any, or that you can have an option, you're reminded as an option to jump on, just private Facebook message me or text me and say add me to your text list. I'd be glad to do that. So New Year's resolutions, these are so funny. It's kind of a joke on us as humans, but this is my favorite one, and I'll post the graphic for this a little later. But it says New Year's resolutions and 2009, and then it often adds every year, up to this year. And so number one New Year's resolution on this list was lose weight. And then the person added again, as they go over them every year. Number two, get fit. And they added next year. Number two, give up alcohol. And they changed that, crossed that out, and wrote drink less. Number 4, stand up to boss. Well, they crossed that out and wrote down find a job. You know, this is how it progressed over the years. Number 5, be nicer to my wife. And they crossed that out and wrote or added try to be nicer to my ex-wife. It was kind of fun to see how this went over the years. Number 6, sort out junk in shed. They crossed out shed and wrote life. So I think these are just hilarious. It said that what are New Year's resolutions? Someone asked another person, and the answer was, oh, New Year's resolutions is a to-do list for the first week of January. Another New Year's resolution, I need to eat healthy. But first I need to eat up all the junk in the house so it won't be there anymore to tempt me. I make hundreds of New Year's resolutions, so it's logical that, you know, maybe a few, maybe one will stick just by sheer chance. And here's another one. I have a New Year's resolution to be more assertive, if that's okay with you. And I recently heard from somebody, I need to drink more. They're talking about alcohol this coming year. I need to drink more. I looked over, you know, how much alcohol I drank last year, and it wasn't enough. So that's my New Year's resolution. I need to drink more. And of course that joke got around, and I said, well, if you had a goal of being memorable, you sure achieved that. These are well. I hope you're well. Shamala is amazing. Shamala is a dear friend and student in the MLM Millionaire Academy, a generic school for network marketers that Jeffrey David Gamble and I teach, and a beautiful spiritual person, a good person to follow on Facebook. Thank you for being just about front row to all of these lives, Shamala. That's a pretty incredible record that you have. And I look forward to seeing if you do a live yourself one day. Would that be a New Year's resolution? Get on a Facebook Live yourself, because I think that you have a lot to share. So back to the New Year's resolutions. Who has a funny one to tell on yourself or to tell on somebody? Who has a funny New Year's resolution? I'd love to hear that. Or who has a New Year's joke? I'd love to hear that. And if you are here and you're going to set a New Year's resolution, please type in yes. And if you even care to share what your New Year's resolution is, I'd love to even hear that, because I'm curious. Abraham Lincoln said, always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. Your own resolution to succeed. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit for New Year's resolutions is, you know, these are really, really funny. And they tell on the human part of ourselves, you know, the human part that doesn't want to change or doesn't really want to work at it. We say we do, but then there's a part of us, like, you know, like the puppets that I teach with. I'll bring those on board. Hadn't thought of bringing those on board today, but they're right here on my video chair, and I'll bring on the puppets. There are two parts of ourselves that kind of battle back and forth. There is what I call from compassionate communication people, Marshall Rosenberg fans will know about the puppets when he uses these for compassionate communication. This is where I got them. And there's two voices within ourselves or other people, but today we'll relate it to ourselves. Two voices in ourselves, and one is the high-minded voice represented by the giraffe, because the giraffe has a high neck and can see far, has a good overview, and has the largest heart of any land animal. Did you know that? That's right. Yep, got to unkink my tongue. There, that's right. Giraffe can represent the wise, the higher part of ourselves. And then there would be the jackal, which can represent the lower part of ourselves. There we go. Yes, I represent like the childlike self within us that might not want to do those resolutions, might want to not eat all that good food. And the adult self or the higher view of ourself or the parent self might say, but you want to eat good or lose weight for the new year so you feel good. And Jackal says, but who wants to feel good? I just want my mouth just wants to eat what it wants to eat, and it likes pleasure, and it likes comfort, and it likes immediate gratification. But then the giraffe comes in and says, but look down the road, look at your waistline, look at your health down the road, and think what that'll mean to you. And Jackal says, oh, but I don't care about that stuff. I just want to have good taste in the moment, feel good in the moment. So there's these two parts of ourselves, right? Like the angel and the devil, or the parent and the child, that talk back and forth. And hopefully they reach a teamwork, a compromise, where at least in my life, this is where it's worked for me. When I've had something, I make my food taste good and be healthy at the same time. So then both people are happy, both parts of ourselves are happy. It tastes good and it's good for me too. And I found ways to do that with health food, to make sure that, both of these parts of me are happy. The adult self that says, well, it should be healthy, and the part that says it should taste good. Maybe I can have both. So that's a win-win situation where each one expresses their needs, and we see, well, why am I not losing weight, or why don't I stick to my New Year's resolutions? And if we're honest with ourselves and really let the childlike part of us speak, we'll understand what it needs and figure out a way to meet both of their needs. Hope that helps. But that's what I do in coaching. Hello, Ty. Welcome. Glad to see you. So the reason that people fail with New Year's resolutions is they might get distracted. They say, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this for my business, or build my network marketing business, or whatever. And they get distracted and get off track, and they forget, and they it's easier to watch a YouTube. It's easier to watch a TV show, or say yes, help a friend move, or anything, but to go out and build my network marketing business. And I just coached with somebody today, why haven't they done it before? What's gotten in the way of doing as many presentations a day as they want to do? So we do get distracted, we get off track, and that's where it helps as a coach. Helps to have a coach, mentor, support person, upline person, somebody that you arrange as an accountability buddy that will know if you reach your goals or not, will know if you get distracted or not, and can celebrate when you do reach your goals. That's just as important, and can troubleshoot. Hopefully a professional coach does that better than a friend. So that is why people get a professional coach too, because they want the best, the most professional tools to troubleshoot with them when they get off track, and help them to get back on track again. Do not get an accountability person who's at the same level as you, that you guys excuse each other all the time, because then you won't hold each other accountable. So watch out for that. Another reason that people don't achieve their New Year's goals is they don't feel like they deserve to. They don't feel worthy. They don't feel good enough. They feel like they don't approach. They kind of feel. You can tell these people a lot, or maybe you are one that feels that's always apologizing, or trying to get people to like them, or worried about if people like them or not. So if we don't believe we deserve the goals, are we going to go for it? If we don't believe that we can have it or deserve to have it, are we going to work for them? So some of it starts with self-esteem. And this is exactly what I help people with, to break through those blocks. And some of it is with skills. If you're in a business or network marketing and you do not have the best skills on board, then it will bring discouragement, because you won't be getting the return on all the time and energy that you put out. And actually, Jeffrey David Gamble and I have a method called the favor script that he evolved, and how to follow up with that. But this method never gets objections, never gets a no, always gets a yes. Does not it's easy, it's simple, and therefore duplicatable. So we teach this within our school. So that would be something to look at, is, do you have the skills? Do you have the self-esteem? Do you have an accountability partner? With that, you're about 95% more likely to reach your New Year's resolutions goals. So welcome, Fred. How are you today? Glad to see you, everybody. If you have a New Year's resolution in mind, please type yes, because then I know you're thinking about making the 2020 better than 2019. I like to hear that, and I'd like to acknowledge you for that. And if you know someone who can use this video, who can use these tips, Please tag them below or even share in another Facebook Live group that can be watching this at the same time. I appreciate that because sharing is caring. And that helps us to think a little beyond ourselves, just who else can use this. So, the For Real Conversations process, by the way, is that we look at the problem, the emotion under that, the need under that, and the solution to that need. Because did you know that every problem is really the sign of an unmet need? And once you uncover what that need is and meet it, all of a sudden the problem disappears and you're moving forward again. You're not stuck anymore. That's my favorite thing in the world to do, is help people get unstuck and see the life changes that come for them. That's what I'm hooked on doing for 30 years, and that's my life calling that I'll be doing the rest of my life, and teaching people how to walk through those 4 steps. I call this process, evolved it, called it, trademarked it, called it Real Conversations. And if you would like to learn this for yourself and how to do this, I will post a link. But right now, if you want it now, you can go over to the Facebook event, Real Conversations class. And there you will find free tools, and you will find a class that I run on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where people can call in. And they can use the free tools. If you want a little more help, you can call in and be group coached in that class. And if you want more help than that, that's when people call me for private coaching, which goes the fastest of all and the most powerful of all, because it's custom made just for you. So those are the 3 levels that I help people at: the free one, and the class on Tuesday nights, which is affordable group coaching, and then the private coaching, which is where people go the very, very fastest to break through a block that's in their life, to reach their New Year's goals, to reach any goals that you have for 2020. I love coaching people. I started this show with the message that I know we all have problems that we face. My message is that you matter. I hear you. You're not alone. I'll respond. You can message me about what you're going through. You can say, keep this anonymous if you wish, or address this on the show, but keep it anonymous. My message is that you are bigger than any problem before you. It's true. That you can become a master problem solver. You don't have to do it alone. And I'll help with my 4-step method that can get from any problem to solution in minutes. I use it every day for the last 30 years. It really works. No need needs to be unmet. No problem needs to lie unsolved, because there's a solution to every one. And it's within your reach. I hope you enjoy that method. Hello, Anand. Welcome. Glad to see you. Glad to see everybody. Going to sign off for now. What I've done in this show is share some real funny New Year's resolutions with people, and then how to make sure that you follow through on your New Year's resolutions by having an accountability partner, by increasing self-esteem, and by getting the necessary skills. There, you've got it completely. And having your strategy, of course. So a coach helps with all this. I'm glad to help. I'm posting some free tools over at Facebook event Real Conversations class. Everybody, happy Saturday, happy weekend, happy conclusion to 2019. Let's make it strong for those network marketers who are ready to close out this year. Go for it. Make it all you can be. Go out strong. Talk to the people you've been holding back from. Get your recruiting numbers up before the end of the year, and your customer numbers up. You can do it. You still have a few days left to do it. So proud of you. Love you, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm coming back on and have another topic at noon Eastern Time every Saturday and Sunday. I did write down the topic for tomorrow. Now I forgot right now what it is. So I'll post it though below. Okay, everybody. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.